Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and I'm back with another half-pound world coin search. We've had some really good ones recently, so I'm hoping that trend will continue. Tons of silver, neat designs, cool historical context to, research, learn more about, and then edit back in. But we're just going to pour this out after we hear a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll take a look at everything. I don't recognize that design, 300 of something, so that'll be fun, and hopefully we'll get some other big finds as well. Before we get into this grab bag, I want to thank MA Shops for sponsoring this video. Their online marketplace, mashops.com, has a great selection of ancient US and world coins, paper money, stamps, and more. They've got a really good reputation, easy to use site, and they work with trusted dealers, so it would be a mistake to not head on over there and be aware of this awesome source for coins. Hopefully you can find something for your collection there, and with that being said, thanks to them again for sponsoring it, and let's get into the grab bag. And we'll start off with what looks like a World War II era coin, but maybe it's a not geld piece, and that's exactly what it is. 1920 10 Pfennig from Germany, so that's post-World War I, and you can tell that more steel-looking, zinc-looking wartime composition is pretty common of those eras, so fun to be able to pick one of those up and see, lots of not geld after the World War I era in Germany, and that's a collecting field I should probably know more about. Here's World War II era, but it's from 1943. That MO means Mexico City, 5 centavos. And then after that, we've got a Venezuela 1 bolivar coin, 1977. I got I think 2.5 or 5 bolivars from 1910 the other day, and really cool large silver coin. That was fun to add to my collection. 1974 10 shilling from Austria. Going to be next, so one of those pre-euro coins, and I want to say they converted over at like 13 shillings was like 1 euro. So maybe this is close to a euro of spending value, but I'm seeing a bunch of different, and I often will try to that one looks really old, but get a bunch of the British stuff at the same time, just so it doesn't take up a lot of space. This is all new pennies and new pence, so this was post the decimalization in 1970, but maybe as a good illustration of what that context really meant, here's a Jersey coin, and it looks like a commemorative 300th anniversary bailiwick of Jersey, 1/12 of a shilling, so essentially 1 shilling, generally it was like 20 shillings would be a pound, and then a penny would be 1/12 of a shilling, a half penny 1/24 of a shilling, but 240 of those pennies, 12 times 20, would then be a full pound. So this and this sort of had the same, well, not even really, because this new penny was 1/100th, whereas this would have been 1/240th. Anyways, really cool coin from Jersey, and I wonder if this actually has a fair amount of value. I'm not sure, but some of the Jersey coins can have more collectability, and I like how there's still some good luster on it. Speaking of luster, this one stood out, not going to be valuable, but a Mexican 20 centavos coin just with a really nice strike, and I still have my eyes on that coin. I've got no idea what it could be. Bolivia here, I don't recognize this at all. It's going to be a Peso Boliviano 1969, so interesting, some agriculture going on and some farming with a sun that reminds me of the Uruguayan sun on their flag. And then here's the coin that I had picked out at the beginning, 1937. Okay, 300 race, really interesting font on the race. And then over here, it's Garrios Gomez, I think. I don't know what Garrios Gomez did, so I will definitely let you know in an updated comment, but really fun and sort of an interesting musical instrument there. Here we've got a Emperor Fiji 1942 penny, and right there that looks like an S mint mark, so San Francisco probably would have made that, and that's really cool. I wonder if there's any coins that have been struck on Fiji planchets, because often there'd be all of these different planchets going through the mint out in San Francisco, and some pretty wild crazy stuff would happen. We have 10 centimes from France, 3 pence, so this would be 3 pennies or out of 240, or 1/80th of a pound, and then another Mexican coin, more modern, 50 centavos from 2007. This one is an interesting one, French, maybe Réunion or French Polynesia, and it's Réunion 5 francs from 1955. So that's pretty cool. Whoa, and I never even noticed, look at all those ships behind the Liberty. I would love to own one of these in uncirculated condition. It looks like somehow we found 2 of them. But that one's from Madagascar. So I wonder if these were on the same currency system, because here's 5 francs from Réunion, here's 5 francs from Madagascar. So I'll have to do an update as well on those and see like what unit, because those look almost the same. I don't know if it was just like French colonies and they all had the same currency, or if it was totally different. Very interesting, things to think about, I guess. Here's a 1947 half crown, so unfortunately not going to be silver. And I actually don't even see any silver in this group from a brief look, but I think some interesting ones that we haven't looked at previously. This one's going to be Artigas 1973 100 pesos, and I wonder if that's like a mint mark. What maybe Montana, I don't even know what mint mark it would be, and I wonder who Artigas, and a fun fact about him, because I always try to update with more info on the silver stuff, and I'm not seeing any of that at this point in the hunt, so maybe I can get you some more history. We've got 20 drachma 1994, and then we'll follow that up with a Mexico. This is a gorgeous coin when they're uncirculated. It's still got a really cool design. You can see the big pyramid, or not pyramid, but well, basically pyramid. 1944 monument. Interesting. We've got, looks like a little bit more of a shilling, so 1/20th of a pound, and then this one, Magyar, is going to be 1926, a little bit of an older 20 filler coin from Hungary. That one is certainly interesting and not a design I've ever seen before. So that's what I'm saying. Like with these fun hunts, I get to see things I've literally never seen before. Though I have seen one of these, and you can see again that one looks like it's been polished or cleaned up a little bit, and seen some tough times, lots of hard hits on it, but still interesting, and makes me want to collect. I think it's time to look at what this coin is. It says Ferdinand VII, so Ferdinand the Eighth, DG Hisparex, 1816. Whoa, no way, over 200 years old. I wonder if it's like a 4 or 8 Maravedis coin, and that's probably what my best guess on it is going to be. See the castles, always interesting, insignia and that sort of thing, but you can also tell, this thing has circulated. They got their use out of this coin, and 206 years later today, I'm opening this up and gonna put it probably in my collection or in a whatnot or other auction. But interesting, you can see it sort of looks like some of the letters were punched twice. I don't think it's fully a double die, but instead they would probably be sticking the individual letter punches into dies, which would then strike coins that would have a little bit of what looks like repunched letters, but shame that it's been hit so hard, but again, makes it more interesting from a historical perspective from my view. And speaking of history, this one's cool. 1943 Travail Famille Patrie. That means it was the Vichy French government, and I'll give a little more information about the Vichy French, but they were in power during World War II when the Germans put in a puppet government essentially to govern. And then here's back to the normal 10 francs. 100 lire, also pre-Euro 1978 Italian coinage, and I'll see if there's any more pre-Euro stuff. It looks like we've got a Shilling coin from Austria 1989, a Belgian 1953 50 centimes. Again, they always have the plainest coins, and I wish that would be, and I don't know what that is. But some interesting, not exactly sure what that figure means here. And in terms of pre-Euro, other ones include the Danish 10 ore, though I want to say that those still circulate to some extent, sort of, in cooperation. 1988, 5 golden from the Netherlands, with an interesting, let's see, it's like it says, let's see, zu met ons God. Okay, interesting. I don't know which letter of those it's supposed to start with. We've got a Bernardo Higgins, important in their formation with the Santiago Mint, World War II coin from Chile. We've got a Hong Kong 1950 10 cents coin. So that's pretty neat, with King George the Sixth. But that was after, I think, they lost independence, or they lost having the India in their emperor, so they couldn't say like King George the Sixth et ind imp. That was like 1947-48 area, and then one Yi Zhao, 1993 from China, aluminum coin, is a neat coin, but probably not too valuable. And then we've got what looks like, I think that's Chiang Kai-shek from Taiwan, probably like $5 new. We've got a Filipino coin, 10 centimo with the fish. And then in 1988, Francisco Baltazar. They always have interesting people on their coins, but super light, but still in good condition. And aluminum, unfortunately, doesn't like tone, or rarely tones. Sometimes it's like a bluish hue, but I always think that would be cool. I've been really enjoying toned coins recently. Here we've got 1899, so 19th century coin from the German Empire, which is neat. We had a 1 centavo, 3 grams, 1952. They always care a lot in the Dominican Republic about the exact specifications of their coinage. And then lastly, a Cuban coin, 1946, 5 grams. They also care 25. I think that's going to be nickel and the remainder copper. 5 centavos from Cuba. So actually no silver is interesting to have a little bit of a strikeout on that front, but I think we have a ton of interesting history to cover, and I'll also, this one's the one I'm most excited to research and learn more about, but thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I mean, it shows don't get silver every time, but in this case we did get a 200 plus year old coin, so good hunt, and I'll see you next, or probably 2 Tuesdays from now with another hunt. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Treasure Town, and get in touch with me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, check out my website, treasuretowncoins.com, for news and updates related to the channel and collectibles in general. Lastly, there's a link tree in the description with links to all of my other sites, as well as some affiliate links that can support the channel. But with that being said, have a great day, and I'll hope to see you on some of my videos in the future.